الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
You know, from the start, a message was sent from above. A message so clear and so true. A message so final for you. The time has come to let the whole world know. This message of peace and love came only from Allah above. Have faith, step onto the cloud of Islam, and you will discover the light of Iman. Proclaim this message entrusted to you, and the cloud of Islam will carry you. You know, for all men, messengers were sent to guide, from Adam to Nuh to Musa, Ibrahim, Ismail, Isa. Then came Muhammad, the last and final messenger, confirming what was said before, perfecting this deen of Allah. Have faith, step onto the cloud of Islam, and you will discover the light of Iman. Proclaim this message entrusted to you, and the cloud of Islam will carry you. I know that it's not always easy to see the difference from right and wrong. What would it be? But people, this message lies here in our hands. Happiness, peace, and the answer for man. Have faith, step onto the cloud of Islam, and you will discover the light of Iman. Proclaim this message entrusted to you, and the cloud of Islam will carry you. So now, don't you see, inviting to Allah should be every Muslim's responsibility. Everybody, you and me, have faith, step onto the cloud of Islam, and you will discover the light of Iman. Proclaim this message entrusted to you, and the cloud of Islam will carry you.
I am just a rock, and every day I sit and watch the sky. I sleep here in the sun and rain, and do not question why. I don't want to be a bird, 'cause us rocks were never meant to fly. But you can sit and rest on me when you pass by. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a rock, and that is all Allah asks of me. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim, and there's nothing else I'd rather be. I am just a tree, and this is the only life I'll ever know. I bow my bows in worship whenever I feel the wind blow. And my purpose in life is to grow, and Allah says grow, and be a home for the birds and shade for folks below. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a tree. And that is all Allah asks of me. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim. And there's nothing else I'd rather be. I am just a person and my life is full of opportunity. I can travel through the world, over land and over sea. But will I choose the path of truth or a path to misguide me? Sometimes I wish I had a simple life, just like a rock or a tree. But Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a person. And Allah has given me a choice that's free. So Alhamdulillah, I choose to be a Muslim. And there's nothing else I'd rather be. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm a person. And Allah has given me a choice that's free. So Alhamdulillah, I choose to be a Muslim. And there's nothing else I'd rather be. No, there's nothing else I'd rather be.
It is narrated by Abu Dar that Muhammad, upon whom be peace, said, "Wherever the time for prayer comes upon you, perform the prayer, for all the earth is a place of worshipping for you."
All the earth is a place of prostration, every field and meadow, mountain, park, city, farm, plantation. Every roadside, seaside, hillside, walkway, any place clean and green can be a place to pray. When I think of every path where I have ever trod, I laugh at all the crazy spots I stop to worship God. Remember that long car ride, driving all night so far, under the summer moon we pulled off to the side, reclining in the front seat of the car, waking to a flash of bird sound, and washing in the coin car wash we found, with the water blaster making wound do. You sprayed me and I sprayed you, we stood so drowsy in the dawn, behind the car wash dripping on the lawn. All the earth is a place of prostration, every field and meadow, mountain, park, city, farm, plantation. Every roadside, seaside, hillside, walkway, any place clean and green can be a place to pray. When I think of every path where I have ever trod, I laugh at all the crazy spots I stop to worship God. Saturday shopping day, in a busy mall I'm busting through the aisles, worldly wants getting in my way. Each blank zombie shopper face 40 smiles. Time comes for a prayer attack, grab a pair of pants or a sweater from a rack, find a change room and latch the door, set aside excuses and hit the floor. As I go back to the mall, it's easier than to make sense of it all. All the earth is a place of prostration, every field and meadow, mountain, park, city, farm, plantation. Every roadside, seaside, hillside, walkway, any place clean and green can be a place to pray. When I think of every path where I have ever trod, I laugh at all the crazy spots I stop to worship God. My socks rose to the blanket that we spread over the snow. Your call to prayer bounced off the trees and across the icy meadow. Crisp and clean, cold air, our hearts were so aware. Our bodies felt the frozen freedom, what a very cool place for prayer. All
the earth is a place of prostration, every field and meadow, mountain, park, city, farm, plantation. Every roadside, seaside, hillside, walkway, any place clean and green can be a place to pray. When I think of every path where I have ever trod, I laugh at all the crazy spots I stop to worship God. There was the time next to the river, there was the time in the school hall, there was a stairwell in that building, there was that forest in the fall, the movie house corridor, the airplane kitchen in the sky. So many places, I'm sure there'll be more pieces of earth to testify. All the earth is a place of prostration, every field and meadow, mountain, park, city, farm, plantation. Every roadside, seaside, hillside, walkway, any place clean and green can be a place to pray. When I think of every path where I have ever trod, I laugh at all the crazy spots I stop to worship God.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Read, in the name of your Lord and Cherisher who created mankind out of a clot of congealed blood. Read, and your Lord is most bountiful. He who taught the use of the pen, taught man that which he did not know. No, but man does transgress all bounds in that he looks upon himself as self-sufficient. Verily, to your Lord is the return of all.
She's read before, she's consumed 2,000 books or more. Musty pulp and glue soundproof her tiny room. She cannot understand why this book in her hand fascinates her now so much. She's almost shy to touch. Don't think about the words, it's just a book, paper and ink. She reaffirms, reminds herself, a book can't dictate what to think. It invites, intrigues her more than others on her shelf. Is it just another book? She sits questioning herself. Oh Allah, she's so afraid to read. The wisdom that's revealed may burrow in her mind. She'll be obliged to admit, she'll be obliged to submit, but will she be strong enough to live the truth she finds? Allah, she's so afraid to read. Hall light is always on every night that he is gone. He hears his mother toss in bed when he slips in at dawn. In the bookcase by the stair, he can see it sitting there like a waiting, watchful wise man, scolding him with care. In the morning will they fight about him being out all night? Will he resent their gift of love and not admit that they are right? All he wants is to fit in some place, but must he compromise his faith? He can't look himself or his parents in the face. He takes the book upstairs unread, sets it closed next to his head, then counts the prayers he's missed and lays so hopelessly in bed. Oh Allah, he's so afraid to read. The wisdom that's revealed may burrow in his mind. He'll be obliged to admit, he'll be obliged to submit, but will he be strong enough to live the truth he finds? Allah, he's so afraid to read. I sent an email to my loved one just the other day. It's sad communication has evolved this way. We use so many words but have so little to relay. as angels scribble down every letter that we say. All the viral attachments sent, the passionate insults we vent. It's easy to be arrogant behind user passwords we invent. But on the day the scrolls are laid, with every word and deed displayed, when we read our account, I know for one I'll be afraid. That day I'll be so afraid to read every harsh word that I've spoken, every time that I have lied. I'll be obliged to admit, I'll be obliged to submit. Will I have strength owning up to each deed I've tried to hide? Allah, I'm so afraid to read.